So here we're going to start with a Momir Basic game. I play this format a bit, and I feel like there should be more videos of it online, so here we've got one. Would not like to mulligan to 6. I've never seen anybody do it, and I don't want to be the first. This guy didn't want to either, and that makes sense. Start with a shiny island because it's shiny. That's literally all the thought I put into that play. He goes swamp, less shiny, but it still taps for mana. I go mountain because it's fancy but not a shiny. I'm going to make a 2-drop here just because there are a couple of 2-drops that can win you a game, but this isn't one of them. It does have evasion, which I like, but never going to sacrifice for the ability, of course. And so this guy's going to not make a 2-drop. He wants to be a bit more conservative. And so we're going to just keep going. I'm not going to make a 3-drop because he's not putting much pressure on me right now. And I'm going to try to get a better 4-drop. He will make a 3-drop, and it's not that bad. Lady of Angel is relevant in the late game just because it can stop damage from something, but it doesn't block my flyer, so not relevant right now. And of course, he's not going to spend 2 mana to stop 1 damage when it would throw off all his curve. And here's my 4-drop, the Guardian Gargoyle thing. 3/4 has reach, so it's a pretty good blocker, but the fact that they draw for every attack means he's not swinging unless my opponent's at a really low life total, or at a point where, I don't help him curve up. His 4-drop is actually pretty good. This Croson Vorine, or whatever you call it, it's a Croson thing, has Provoke 3/2. Can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. I think I misread it and assume it has to be blocked by more than 1 creature, which doesn't really make sense with Provoke, so I should have paid attention. But I think that's actually why I skip a 5-drop here, is because I don't want to get a guy that he can just provoke in case I get a small utility guy. There's a couple of creatures that don't have very high toughness, but they have really relevant abilities. And so I don't make a 5-drop, and he provokes this thing, which I'm totally expecting. And I try for like a good 20 minutes or whatever to double block. I'm really clicking on the double block here, but the game won't let that happen because he can't be double blocked. It specifically says you can't double block this guy. If I learned to read the cards more, I would know, but instead he's just going to kill my bird, or Drake. That's a Drake, excuse me. It's a 1/1, so it's a bird. I don't care what creature type it has. It's bird. And I don't think I can sacrifice it, because there's no spell on the stack, but whatever. So his 5-drop is a Crystal Seer. Pretty good and limited, but when you're just looking at 4 lands, it doesn't do a whole lot. And that's all you're ever going to look at with a Crystal Seer in this format. So, no 5-drop for me. I'm going to try a 6-drop. And I guess from a logic standpoint, it doesn't make a whole lot more sense because there's just as much chance of this being a utility guy, I guess. But now that I've actually read the card, I'm not going to, not play a dude just on the off chance that he could do it. And it turns out he can. This time, he's a guy he could kill. But you know what? At this point, I'm willing to take the trade, even though his guy is 2 mana smaller. I'm willing to trade my 6/3 for his 3/2 with Provoke. Because, the Corrupted Harvester is really only useful when you've got short guys you're okay using for a Generation Vodder. Like if you make 2 or 3 drops that are underwhelming, then they feed him pretty well. But I don't have any of those, so I'm just going to get rid of them. And I don't care. And so now for his 6-drop, he actually gets a really good card, the Magus of the Arena. That is not bad at all. Like all of his dudes are just killing my dudes. That's This is the way his drops are going. And, you know, sometimes you get drops like that. But I get to go for a 7 drop. 7 is a really hit or miss drop. There's some good cards at 7, and there's some stinkers. I'm kind of fortunate in that the good one I get, after we wait for it, Magister's Fix! 2-Punch Chuck, or whatever his nickname is. It's 2-Punch something. I'm just going to go with 2-Punch Chuck based on the wine. You can tell I'm not somebody who pays attention to things like that. So, yeah, setting him down to 10 is pretty good. It's a lot better than setting myself at 10. I figure that's the way to go here. He just passes, so he's got mana up to fight the Magus and the Magister. I guess he could have gone with a 4-drop, but, you know, by keeping all of his mana up, he gets to activate the Lady of Angela too, in case I decide I'd rather have the Magus fight the Guardian, which I wouldn't do because I'd just be throwing him away, but some players could do that, and I guess hypothetically, you can make an argument for that since he's at such a low life, but here he's using the Lady of Angela anyway, so I'm not dealing 5 damage to him, which bums me out a little bit. I do prefer dealing 5 damage when I get the choice. But not this time. He gets a prevention shield, and it's prevented. So now I'm about to go try to make an 8-drop, because 8 drops aren't bad. They'll get you going. 8's maybe the best drop in the format of Momir Basic. It's a tough call. I kind of like 9 too, even though there's some duds at 9. So here we go, 8-drop. After I choose to discard, he wants to activate his Magus, so I can't choose to have his new thing. On my new thing fight, if I happen to get a 6/6 and he has to make something fight it, it would suck for him. But here the Magus is going to trade with whatever, well, it's going to kill whatever I choose. It only trades with the Magister's things. And that's why I choose it, because, you know, if I don't, he can still activate Lady of Angela next turn. And, you know, make the Magus fight again. But once again, you can make an argument that it would be better for me to just give up the Guardians here. But I just feel like getting rid of the Magus and hoping it's a good 8-drop. Which it is. It's a Platinum Emperion. So, boom, shakalaka. Laka laka boom. Shakalaka boom. Now his 8-drop is, well, not bad. The Fire Beast. He needs 6 more mountains for it to solve his problem, but yeah, it's a good card. You can't complain about getting that guy. And this kills me. Not only do I have to cover up my shiny island, but I gotta pitch a shiny forest. But I really didn't want to have 3 forests. I'd rather have 2 of each, you know, in case something happens. I don't know why. But I'm gonna try a 9-drop because there's some good ones. And this time, the Ancient Crimson Hellgate, rather. That's a much better Hellgate. No, it isn't, but it's good enough here, because I can kill the Lady of Angela and the Crystal Seer with it. And if I draw more mountains, it gets even better. So, Ancient Hellgate's still the better one. But I don't feel like attacking, of course, because he's got a 6/6 and a 2/2. Would kill my Emperion, and then my life total could change. And when you're at 24, you don't really want your life total to change. So he gets Blazing Archon, which is kind of annoying, but like I said, I wasn't going to attack anytime soon, so I don't beat myself up over it. But yeah, that is something I need to answer before I can make him dead. And I draw a mountain, so I'm on my way. I only need to do that a couple more times, and I actually can answer the Blazing Archon. So that's nifty, right? Let's see. What's his next drop? What does he go for now? This is part of the fun of the format. Oh no, wait, we're in combat. See, like I looked away for a second, and I completely lost track of what's going on. And maybe that's what's happening with this guy, because he's sitting in combat for a while, considering I can't attack. It always makes you wonder what they're doing on the other side of the computer. You know, like if his cat was jumping up and down on his keyboard or something. I don't know. His or her. A little presumptive of me. But let's be honest, Magic Online's probably a dude. I've met a couple of women who play this game, but they are a minority, to be sure. So now he's gonna go for a 10 drop. He gets a Crows and Cloudscaper. I'm assuming he wanted Kozilek Butcher of Truth, but what he gets is Crows and Cloudscraper. And I don't even know if he's gonna pay for it or not, because you know if he gets an answer to the Emperion, that'll get you some damage. But if not, it's just gonna sink your mana. And I go ahead and tap out to kill the Lady of Angela. I know he probably doesn't have any pumps, given that there aren't instants or sorcerers in this format. But I had no reason not to. You're gonna draw another mountain, so I am ramping up to killing that Blazing Archon. Just you wait. Just you wait. Only gotta do that a couple more times. Draw a mountain. It's fun when you don't have to play creatures, like when everything you need is just on the board. It makes your life so much easier, because... And here he attacks with his Crows and Cloudscraper. I don't know if he does that just to see if I make a mistake and block, or if he doesn't realize that Platinum Emperion is different than Platinum Angel. Because my life total is not going to change, even if I take 13. Which I do. I take 13 and stay at 24. Because my life total won't change. And here I think he tries to play a 7-drop. If I remember correctly. And I'm not sure why. I don't know what he specifically wanted at 7, because, you know, there's a lot of cards at 8 that would get him out of this situation. But he tries for 7, and he gets a Magma Giant, which is not very good for him, because not only does he lose 2 life and Crystal Seer, but now I get to blow up his Blazing Archon. So an unfortunate drop for him, that was. But that's the thing about this format, sometimes you lose to your own drop. Especially if it's Phage or Leveler. A couple other ones too. So I'm counting up my mana, trying to think of what drop I want the most. And I think part of me, I'm just trying to rub it in this guy's face because I go for an 8 drop. You know, because I could have gone 11. Could have gone 10. 9's probably the best one, but I do an 8. Keep 3 mana open, even though I don't plan to use it. I would much rather just attack with the 6/6 here. And my 8 drop is Nicol Bolas. Nicol Bolas. I'm glad they did the new art here for the token, because it's a lot more intimidating than the old art where the dude's just sipping there, you know, sipping tea, kind of a chillaxing Nicol Bolas. So yeah, I'm going to attack for 6, because there's nothing I'm going to shoot for 3, and bringing a guy down to 2 is always good when you can do it. And always hope he drops another Magma Giant, which, no, he's going to tap out this time, and why not? Might as well tap out. Jin-Gitaxias. It's actually a really good card in this format if you can get it out early enough, because not only can he force your opponent to discard, but he's going to refill his hand. So now he's going up to 7, which is good, but it doesn't keep him from dying. And so yeah, good game, Aztec 2099. Like I say, not much he could have done there.